You know that moment when you turn on the camera and suddenly you don't know what you're talking about? Yeah, we don't want that. Let me help you fix it. Hello herro friends, it's Meg, and today I'll be talking to you guys about how to script a YouTube video from scratch. Scripting a video can seem like a daunting task, but I'm here to help. Now, as I mentioned in the title of this video, I created a free worksheet that goes along with this video so that you can follow along. It'll be linked down in the description below. You can obviously go through this video without the worksheet, but I highly recommend you get it because it really breaks down everything step by step. Enough self-promo, let's get into it. Step 1 is writing out your main points, or mind dumping your ideas. Let's keep it simple and start by listing out all of the things you want to talk about in this video. At this stage, it doesn't have to be in any particular order, it doesn't have to be fully fledged, it just needs to be the things that you want to talk about in this video. Everything that you want to mention, write it out here. It doesn't even have to be a main point, it could be a subpoint. You just need to make sure that it's on paper so that you don't forget to write it down. Step 2. Organizing. Now that you've brain dumped all of your ideas onto paper, it's time to organize them. Start by thinking about what would be the natural flow of your video. Is there a chronological order to the things that you listed? Figure out what would make the most sense to you if you were a viewer of this hypothetical video that you're scripting. Step 3 is adding the details. This is where you get really specific. Some people write out bullet points, other people write out full-fledged scripts word for word. I do a combination of both where I write a word-for-word script, but I don't follow it. I use it like a bullet list, which is an interesting take, but that's personally what I do, so do what is most natural to you. There's no right answer here. This is the step where you really want to flesh out what you're talking about. So remember all of these main points that you listed, you gotta add sub-points now, like what are the supporting things that you can say about this point? Let's say I were talking about my iPhone, for example. I would need to know what kind of model I have, what color I have it in, how I use this iPhone. You know, stuff like that that you might not know off the top of your head or might get jumbled when you're in the moment. You gotta write those things down. By the way, leave a like on this video if you're enjoying this video so far. It really helps out a lot. Step 4 is coming up with the transitions. Now this is an optional step because it really depends on the kind of video that you're shooting. For example, if you're just shooting a listing kind of video like I'm doing here, then you don't really need a transition. But maybe if you're doing a storytime video, for example, you might want to have transitions between the points that you're making. So this is where you would do it in the process. Step 5 is coming up with the hook. Now this is arguably the most important step when it comes to this scripting process, because even if you have a great point 3 minutes into the video, if you can't hook your viewers to stay until 3 minutes, then they don't see it. If they click out in the first 10 seconds, it doesn't matter if you have a great nugget at 3 minutes. Nobody's gonna see it. So the hook is really important. What can you say or do that's going to hook the viewer into your video? Maybe it's creating an interesting skit at the beginning to hook your viewers in. Or maybe it's asking an enticing question at the very beginning of your video that you will answer towards the end of their video so that people watch through to the end. This is a very, very effective tactic that I haven't mastered yet, but I know it works because I've watched tons of YouTube videos do this. Why should your viewers stick around to watch your video? It's kind of harsh, but it's the truth. Every viewer is going to judge you in the first few seconds of your video, so you gotta make sure that you nail it in the beginning. Step 6 is the call to action. This is a very important step for any YouTuber of any size, but I recommend that you come up with the call to action before you even start filming the video. This is because if you just say, hey, subscribe to my channel, like my video at the very end of the video, after you've talked about everything that the viewer wanted to know, there's a high likelihood that these people have clicked off of your video already and didn't hear your call to action. And so what you want to do is to weave in your call to action within the video. Now this takes a little bit of thinking and planning ahead, which is why I put it in the scripting process, because it's really important for you to think about this beforehand. For example, my call to action in this video would be, hey, if you want to learn more about the YouTube video making process, I made a video about that last week, so check it out in the cards up above. Step 7, putting it all together. Now that you have all of the components, it's time to put everything together. You want to put the hook at the beginning and then follow it with your points, which have sub-points and are fleshed out with the details that you need. And then you weave in a call to action in there somehow. If you can't, you can put it at the very end or the very beginning. It's up to you, but I highly recommend that you try to weave it in somehow into the video itself. And there you have it. That's how you script a YouTube video from scratch. I hope this was helpful to you. If you like this video, leave a like. And if you like the content that I'm making or would like to see my face again, make sure to subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!